Happy Monday. It is time for some FACEIT League. We've got playoffs going on. Regular season is done. In the books for Season 4. We're officially into the postseason for all divisions. We'll have Tier 3 and below starting on Wednesday. So Expert, Advanced, and Open divisions will start their playoffs on Wednesday, I believe. I know at least Expert starts on Wednesday. I'm fairly certain they all follow suit. Master Division started their playoff last week. So we had Upper Bracket Round 1 and Lower Bracket Round 1 took place last week. We're going to move into basically the entire rest of Master Division will ramp up through this week into Grand Finals taking place on Sunday. Let's actually go take a look at the Wikipedia bracket before we get too far. Before we start talking about this matchup. Whoa, hello, Mouse. Yeah, thank you. We get the privilege, the serendipitous honor of getting both matches on tonight. So all matches that are happening right now, we're going to get them all on stream. There's only two. They're perfectly spaced at 2 hours apart. We're getting them both on. All right, let's delve into our two squads here a little bit. Extinction, of course, their first season here. Under the Extinction brand, we had Extinction Zenith. Previously was their strongest roster. Extinction Jurassic currently is another, one of their stronger rosters competing in Expert. But first time we've seen just Extinction competing here in FACEIT League. And, I mean, it come out swinging. They come out and steal Haven away from Supernova, which was already going to be your #1 team coming into this. I mean, I think Haven had the strongest performance through those OWCS quals as well as far as NA. I think Haven had the strongest individual performance through those qualifiers. And Extinction managed to snag Haven away coming into this. Between Sugu, Lampent, and Haven, they have three very potent, very powerful DPS with a little bit of overlapping hero pool that allows them to adapt to a lot of situations. And it has made for a formidable DPS lineup. One of the strongest in all of FACEIT League. They did run into some complications, right? They do lose the head-to-head to Supernova. I mean, there is that. That's not the big blemish. The big blemish on their record is the loss to Avidity Ice, is the week 2 loss. But that was the big blemish. That kind of haunted them all season long. Still with that, even with that, Extinction and Supernova were the two teams I would have guessed to have made it into the OWCS quals. That is not going to be the case. That is not going to be the case. At best, one of these two top performing teams will make it into, not quals, but, promotion relegation matches is what I intended to say. And that is with them both getting knocked out of upper bracket. I mean, unreal, incredible turn of events. And we've seen players in chat talk about how, Rat Academy has been on a big glow up, like very, very recently. I mean, is not a team to be underestimated. And the Dill Ducks, we were already calling, the Dark Ducks as far as being a dark horse of this tournament. So it turns out both were true. Both get upsets. And we find Extinction and Supernova. Now, it feels like kind of in a gritty head-to-head to determine who's going to make it into the lower bracket final. Both of them have some tough opposition to get through to here tonight. But both of them should be the favorites in these matches tonight. If we are looking at the head-to-head, this head-to-head between Extinction and EDM just happened last week of regular season for Master Division. It was a 3-1. We'll keep this up just if we want to come back and compare. I don't want to take anything from EDM or Siena Heights. Both are massive underdogs here. Both kind of have their own way of playing, kind of have their own way of doing things. Both have some power behind them, and you don't make it into top 6 without being damn good. I don't know. I don't want to take anything away from that, but this really does kind of feel like now Extinction and Supernova are kind of in a different kind of head-to-head right now. Random map chosen in the very beginning. We kick it off on Lijiang. Loser pick throughout. All of FACEIT League has now swapped over to this format. This is something we've been used to in Master Division, but this is new as far as the breadth of all of FACEIT League. Loser pick on format through to map 5. Once we get to map 5, any map that has not been played of any game type can be chosen. EDM banning out the Orisa. I don't even have to ask. EDM is banning out the Orisa. All right, so they'll swap it up sometimes. But we do have Derpy in right now, meaning banning out the Orisa makes sense. And then the cast ban coming in from Extinction is pretty directed at Petal. Petal is still a powerhouse DPS player Not to be underestimated. I think too many teams have already underestimated this EDM squad. And we've seen the cast becoming more and more prominent. We've seen the survivability, both against tracers and against, diving tanks like hazards and stuff. So the cast is starting to become more and more a mainstay pick. I'm seeing more cast than Ashe. I mean, obviously Sojourn's still the go-to hit scan, but I'm seeing a lot more cast than Ashe recently. Coach Wood says you banned our cast one trick. Guys, we should off-roll. Hanbei DPS versus Derby DPS. Oh my goodness, we're in for a good one. This is going to be fun. Let's get into it. It's your upper bracket quarterfinal. Excuse me, lower bracket. Lower bracket. God, that's wild to say with these two teams that we're going to have on here tonight. But lower bracket quarterfinals. Coming up, we're getting to map one. It's Lijiang Tower to start things off. Let's get into it. I didn't hit the wrong button. I don't know what you're talking about. You saw nothing. Show me some Overwatch. This is pretty normal for Emote down mid for a first map. They'll keep Derpy in. For control, I've seen that pretty standard. They will swap as we go on throughout the series. Throwing Cashier into tank. Cashier played tank for UTD, which is where most of the squad comes from, aside from Gorilla and Paulette, or Pauline on screen. Gives, I was talking about the versatility of the DPS line here out of Extinction, but definitely it gives you some versatility there from Emote down mid in a very unconventional way, mind you. Speaking of unconventional, we're going to get the Reinhardt right at the door of the Ramatra. Monkey Happy trying to pick the durable counter to punch through the shield, but a Bionade out of Gorilla has already kept Monkey Happy out of this fight a bit, and Emote down mid are threatening first cap, but Sugar Arrow gets first blood. Taking Gorilla out of the back line. That one is going to find Cashier as well. Pair of openers here for Sugu. This will be a very quick flip. What you doing, Derpy? About that. A little bit of high ground defensive setup. Thank you, Kirito. Yes. No, I appreciate the heads up, though. DPS player from Santa Heights popping in just to make sure we got it squared away. All right. Let's lock it. What do we got? What's going on outside? Why the Haven is out here getting picked? We're over here watching Derpy just dance around. Meanwhile, out here, Haven is killing everyone here in the courtyard. Maddie! That's lay it on the little sarcasm thick there. No, I do appreciate it, Kirito. No, I appreciate it. I would rather be told twice than not told at all. Every day, twice on Sundays. Monkey Happy with an opening pick and on to Gorilla no less is just means that Derpy and company have to just put the brakes on this thing. You can't even try to push forward with the Ana first pick. Gorilla slow to build up towards this opening nano, but does finally have it online, ready to go. This is going to be the ticket in, if at all. Of course, you got to be wary of this Sugu barrage. Can't just fly it out of nowhere. Ooh, ends up just sealing a door. The sleep is in. Cashier gets the nano boost, drops the overclock here from the far side, and Gorilla finds some revenge on the Haven. Monkey Happy does trade it out to equalize here, making it a 3v3 remaining. Oh, the boom got him! The boom got him! Monkey Happy tried to stall out on the corner and catches the corner of the pin. Oh, we caught that in 4K too. Oh. Extinction gets popped early. Petal's trying to drop a tectonic shock to swing this one around. Didn't really have a good target to work with, and is having to dodge rockets the whole time. Now with a sound barrier in from the other direction, you're just happy to get out of there in one piece. Sugu's gonna hunt you down, drops 2 directs. What a sound barrier! Pauline gets the barrier down just in time to save Petal, and a Shatter has swung this fight the other direction. Still, there's Annihilation in play, and job's not done here for Emote down mid. Petal goes flying up over the bridge to try to close this one out. Gets nested a 1-2 combo. The shot onto Unread, the follow-up onto Monkey Happy. Petal comes up with 2 in EDM. Get control of the point. 69 to 96 there for a moment. It was all lighting up. It was great. It was great. Nice. A lot of ult spin through that. Sugu's going to come off the Pharah. Moves over into a Genji for this retake. This will be a final fight as well. Galactic Autumn Mythic is ridiculously sick. It looks so good. We got a little duel going on over here. I'd zoom in on it. Sugu pushes into a 1v3. Has no help over here. I guess did have Hanbei on the outside, but gets there late trying to back up that fight, trying to swing that mismatch. Beautiful nade lands, and Derpy's just gonna go swinging on Monkey Happy's forehead. EDM are gonna take away this first round.
Score 1-0. Ready for battle.
Okay. Now can they hold it? A good start when we get the gorilla Mora in, which has been the cause of much ire here in this stream in past. Derpy wants to come say hello. Just express charge into the back line. Kashir's going to back it up, and Petal actually gets a pick on the back of all of that as well. On to Haven, no less. So it's just Shugu in the DPS department to try to keep Kashir and the rest at bay. I mean, granted, no take on the battlefield here for EDM, so they can't be too stubborn on holding the line. Sugu comes in through the window, creates a bit of an off angle. Derpy has returned. Monkey Happy's back as well. Oh, the boop on a Petal. Doesn't get credit for it, but Sugu absolutely got that kill. There was a very small percentage, very quick build up there from EDM. Which, I mean, nice job on them to sneak this under. So in a losing fight, Emote down mid, pick up 13%. Not too shabby. But it is a losing fight. It also looks good even like on both modes. Whether it's light mode or dark mode, the gun looks really good. I was actually trying to go to Gorilla Pop, but it's alright. Little 2-3 split. Both Pauline and Kashir can jump over if they need to. But I like this approach. Oh, that was a dangerous boop. Kashir does make the jump and regroups over. Now, this leaves Gorilla and Petal alone. Yep, and Extinction have recognized this. Sugu, Haven, and everybody, Monkey Happy, all move in. The entirety of Extinction moves to capitalize on a 5v2. And though a creative move, creative rotation, they're out of EDM, it doesn't net them the fight. I think Derpy and Kashir had to be able to get a kill onto Haven, had to find some pay dirt on the back of that big move. Once they failed to kind of secure that kill, the rest of Extinction were already en route. Petal might be able to slide so far, but even if you leave Gorilla alone, fight's over anyway. Ooh, bouncing nade comes past Petal's ear. Derpy at 1 health had the shatter, but can't get it out. There's a sleep onto Monkey Happy. They're purpled as well. 77%. Looks like Extinction are still able to hold on to this. There's just no map control picked up. Line has been drawn across the map, and Extinction controls the majority of it. There's the blade in over the top. Pin in from Derpy. He's going to throw the Shatter into the back. Nano's thrown on to Cashier's Whoop, but the sound barrier from Unread has negated most of this. Haven got a nano boost and kept them alive. They're slide away to find some health. Monkey Happy's able to just vulture down the health of Derpy. Dust is settled on the back of quite a few ultimates. I believe 9 ultimates have just been invested, and it's a +1, making a +2. Nope, back to a +1. Making a +2. EDM got control. EDM win the fight, and a very important fight at that. 98% on the board for Extinction. Oh, I forgot to give you all map preds. I'll try to get you some map preds for map 2. Well, we see Monkey Happy getting thrown off the side before we cut into Haven, holding down the rest of the point here with the overclock. But Derpy is returned, shield in hand, shoulder pointed out. And here comes the rest of EDM. Really good job of collapsing simultaneously, but unfortunately, Pauline does not make the rotation. So I take it back. Not a really good job. It's a flip the other direction. Pedal. Pedal comes up with 2. Never mind, you banned out the Cassidy 1 trick. Gorilla just goes flying into space. Monkey Happy sent them back to their home planet of the moon. I guess home, whatever. Is that a home planet? Is the moon then your home planet? Or is it just the home moon? 86% on the board for EDM either way. We're going to get another big ult fight here before this is all said and done. Gorilla with a bit of advantage on this nano boost, importantly, but is not currently in this fight. Derpy has just got the Shatter online. He's going to throw it down onto Monkey Happy, swap it over to a ball, make it back onto this point. With the purple thrown in, there's just no way to keep Monkey Happy alive through that. They roll out to get the Mega. Meanwhile, Haven goes down trying to keep this point alive. Sound barrier thrown in, leveraged into a 3-piece. Oh my goodness. I believe it was Hame. Got a big nade in over the top. Shugu drops it into barrage. And EDM get this one close, but this is some textbook with some kind of theory. Somebody's theory is at play here. Back-to-back 99-99 fights lead us to Control Center. Suga going into the maze, the only major change I'm seeing here. Girl going back into the Moira to try to start this out. Sending the Moira along the outside, this is a really cool use of the Moira. You send the Moira in with the flank alongside Kashir. This allows Pauline to stay with the Reinhardt on the Lucio. Keeps the speed here as well as the boop, and you can see just the amount of displacement that the Lucio brings in, how much that helps the Reinhardt. Perfectly on display. There's just knocking Monkey Happy around, so there's no escape. Good control for Medium on that first fight. So you go after the Tracer here to try to get a little flank control. See if they can take this side away from Kashir and Gorilla. Monkey Happy with a wide flank going all the way towards point. Well, that is a big... Oh my goodness, Derpy, what was that? That was a pin. That was a pin. I gotta say, I mean, Kashir's still able to trade out a couple of kills through all this, so it's not super clean out of Extinction, despite the incredible feed out of Derpy for that first fight, or that first pick. And I'm sure there was a plan. I didn't see, like, how the rest of the team got stopped, or if it was just a miscommunication. You know, oh, nice shot, Pedal. Kashir with the blade on the top of the backline. Immediately cuts through Hanbei. Monkey Happy comes back to find revenge, but it's too late to save Diana. With Derpy hit by that pulse bomb, might be an opportunity to swing this fight. Can Gorilla get the coalescence up? Yes. Derpy will get topped up. Still have Sugu pressing from the backline, but everybody else moving forward. Monkey Happy about 1 health, just dashing down the stairs. This is going to give a free cap over to EDM before the fight's even finished. Hame with a nano boost to re-engage back into this segment. You're going to be running into a pedal overclock. Where's pedal position? Right up here in the back of White Room. Hit the Q. The OC unleashed, sliding around with Derpy. With a 90-degree swing and try to create an off angle, but they're just going to roll with it. I love the Extinction. They just take the momentum and kind of roll into it. Classic fighting technique of rolling into the punches of your opponent. And Sugu and Haven have been able to capitalize. Sugu keeping the coalescence, the overclock judiciously in the pocket. Wonderful conservation of ultimates. Don't want to overuse. Knew they had already spent the sound barrier in that fight, which Pauline did not. So not only a fight win, but a smart fight win out of Extinction. Oh, Gorilla's late to come back up their partner. Supposed to be control that side. Oh, here comes the rest of the team. All of the EDM catch on red flat-footed. Pedal now looking for the big flank as Derpy throws in the shatter onto 2. Hanbei and Monkey Happy both watching a respawn timer as EDM move on to the objective. Surrounding Haven on the outside. Well, surrounding, okay. That's not exactly what happened there. Haven got surrounded, but then Derpy tried to push. Gorilla gets picked. And it kind of gets chaotic. You still end up with EDM on the point. Coalescence at the ready. We have, in fact, double support ults available. Nano boost thrown onto Haven, who trying to see if they can shut down this Coalescence from this top side. But the Gorilla's movement staying elusive. Doesn't even get hit till the very end. Derpy low and Monkey Happy does have an annihilation up and trying to hunt down the tank. And Gorilla's been felled. EDM, it's up to Kashir. Try to close this out, putting their weight on the back of this blade. It's unread already down in the fight. OT is going, but they gotta give up the flip. 81% and counting now for Extinction. Pedal trying to return with the OC. Has already found Hanbei with just a nice shot out of the railgun. Haven low, sliding out of the Disruptor, gets the kill, but cannot get the second shot down onto Sugu. Sugu's gonna find that one. The Disruptor shot from Haven lingering behind. The pulse misses. Pauline's able to skate up and above it, and EDM find the flip. Derpy moves up towards White Room, and with Kashir's help, able to find the kill on a Monkey Happy. Dash in will force Sugu off of this point. Kashir trying to hold his front line, but gets taken down low and forced back out. Now unread, and Sugu try to flow with that. As it's their turn to march in, but do they have the reinforcements to do anything? Sugu's able to get one, but that will be it. EDM will take map 1. What a start for the underdogs. What a start to our night. Extinction map pick. They're going to stay on the attack here, and then they have chosen Escort Dorado here for map 2. So take Emote to as difficult a spot as possible. And they've also banned out a tank. So Extinction get first ban. We can't see exactly what it is, but we know that they have banned out a tank. Let's go check some maps, some stats, from map 1. Woo! I didn't sip my tea. That was a action-packed map 1. Holy cow! Look at all the team fights. My goodness. Monkey Happy 41-9. Leading the server at 16.6k damage. So Zarya ban, and okay, so this is directed at Kashir. Extinction, no EDM's games. And as such, you'll notice Derpy has been moved down into the bench. We're going to have Pogo coming in and picking up like a Tracer or a Genji, and Kashir moving into the tank role. We're going to get Zarya banned out from Extinction, Torbjorn banned out from Emote down mid. How about some Preds? Let's get y'all some Preds. Oh, you're not quite done with map 1. Wait, hey! Yo, what just happened? I think I'm having an internet problem. Hey, y'all there? That's some sort of internet hiccup or something. Hopefully y'all are still there. Hopefully we're good. Man, I said the word Preds and like my internet just, my stream just like, wait, no! We're good? All right. You can have some Preds. All right, let's get into map 2. Kashir coming out on the hazard. We've seen Kashir play a bit of this. This is not an uncomfortable pick at all for Kashir. Oh, I missed the Haven jump shot. My bad. It didn't hit. I'd have felt real bad if it did. I like to try to get them on stream. You know, you always try to get the Widow jump shot. They're fun. The Brigada combination with the Winston will full barrel on defense, but it's a little tough to get rolling here right out of the gate, particularly if Petal's going to stay hot. You know, had a darn good map 1. And one thing, I mean, we saw a lot of damage output from Monkey Happy, but we also saw a lot of deaths from Haven. And I think Petal was hanging toe to toe with one of the best hit scans we've got in North America. At least in that opening map. Oh, Hambe. Great pick. We're talking about how, you know, kind of tough to get the auto into a good spot here in this opening point A. Now, Hambe lines up a great shot. So dangerous to peek that corner. So this is a massive advantage going into this. They're going to have to leverage it. Gorilla's still on this, more on the top side. Coach Gun will deny the approach from Monkey Happy. We have to settle for a bit of a low ground attack. Move up to try to get Gorilla. Gorilla has 30 health, not even. Gorilla's at like 10 health before that health regen started kicking in. Havens managed to get themselves all on the board after a couple kills from Petal started off, but now with the high ground to share, we're going to get up close and personal. Woo! The Ashes get to the hip fire. Haven Lillians 2 out of 3 to finish off Petal. Now has a very dangerous spot to shoot down on this defense. Nope, no Lampet, Linwide, no Lampet. It's still Sugu and Haven. Gorilla's in a bit of a duel here. Riveting top 6 action here in NA Master. The Animus thrown on to Monkey Happy. We're going to get a real deep push into the back line. We went all the way through the arches. And ADM setting the tempo here, but it's been equalized. Oh, that's the almost 15 centimeters from giving up the cap for free. Still, the kills come through. At the very least, you know what? At least EDM make him work for it. Make him get those last 2 kills. Johannes, I appreciate the follow. Appreciate you being here. Yes, lower bracket quarterfinals. That was a dangerous bomb. Unread gets popped out of the sky. You bet. That was such a good bomb out of Petal, but we do have his primal range in play. And Gorilla could be in trouble. What a boom! Gorilla doesn't make it out the door. Gets cornered in. How did Monkey Happy do that? Looked like Monkey Happy literally like grabbed Gorilla and threw them with the Gorilla arms. The irony is not lost on me, and, well, Puggo's mad about it. the Primal and the Nano recently is, there's a lot of tools, a lot of big tools unavailable. What was that coach gun battle? Oh no! That was some insane distance off of a coach gun. Some kind of momentum push on that. Great kills out of the backline though. Pauline and Gorilla getting into the thick of things here in lieu of Petal taking a sightseeing tour along the outside of Dorado. Pauline comes up with a couple more in the back of the fight. That's a 3-piece for Pauline. Nicely done. And I was talking about, it can be very difficult for the Winston Comp to take the high ground without the Primal and the Nano. But Monkey Happy is able to open things up. They get that first pick. It's exactly what they're looking for. They're going to come back on this side again and force Petal back. Yeah, I mean, loser pick throughout the series. Loser also gets first ban. Kitsune rush from the defense. Just rebuys the high ground. Oh, Pogo down low. Gets the stick on a Hanmei. No, and that's going to just take even longer for that Nano Boost to get into this fight. I was curious if Monkey Happy and Extinction want to try to press the issue despite not having the Ana in, see if they can trade, but Petal continues to line up the kill feed. And EDM with a staunch hold. Less than 90 seconds remain. Bit of a chase going on to Sugu here in the back line. Downpour, down the stairs. Could be dangerous. Pogo was waiting on the backside to move in. Got Haven low, but can't secure the kill. Sugu comes in. Well, trades that one back. Nano's onto both sides. Both tanks leaping in. Let's go check out Monkey Happy. So important that Monkey Happy finds something with this Nano Boost. Not able to get anything. Does have the Primal Rage, as they were about 130 health. But gets slept out of that. And the defense are able to back up and stay at full strength. Petal now with a bob towards this lower corner. 30 seconds to go. Monkey Happy split off from the rest of the team. Kind of stuck inside of the vault. Haven does find Pogo, though. Alleviates some pressure. Monkey Happy gets out. 6v4 with Mr. Butler. Tossed into the back of the objective. Of course, those sleeps do last a little bit longer. But Bob gets woken up. Cart's on the way. Defense looks like they're in trouble here as we get into the dramatic music. This year, trying to play outside of the vault. Rally pop from Unread on this objective, and Sugu close to a blade. Pauline does have the Kitsune Rush thrown laterally over the point, but Kashir's just outnumbered, outgunned. Extinction will get this second point on the board. %, towards another Nano. With a minute to go, that cycle works out well. Good shot from Haven. Take Pogo down. Petal's kill a little bit more important, but Haven gets the quick draw. God, that was fast. The lineup, the target acquisition, just so nasty. Just ridiculous. Corilla's got some chops in their own right, though, and this defense holds with 40 seconds to go. Nano Blade available. You got a downpour on the other side. Could just root the Genji if they're not careful. Sugu's not careful here. You go with the blade? You absolutely go with the blade. The downpour does not catch the Genji. Petal has a Nano of their own trying to survive through it. Also got the Suzu. Gets the kill on a Monkey Happy. Rolls over, finds Hanmei. 2 headshots. Pushes Sugu around the corner. Excuse me, Haven. Sugu hiding underneath will get the touch, but not much more. EDM will stop this cart about third of the way through point C. Win con set for EDM to move up to match point.
Score 0-2. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Petal just absolutely disgusting through that. And if Petal wasn't popping off, the backline, I mean, it was that one fight where it looked like, okay, Extinction were going to beat all odds, and even though they didn't have any of their good ultimates to engage with, they find the opening pick, they've got the far high ground to create an off angle, and then the backline of EDM shows up. Pauline comes up with a 3-piece on the carry, with Gorilla getting one in that mix as well. And that final point, Petal able to trade off the kill. The Nano Blade in finds one, but Petal responds with a pick onto Hanbei. And even though they lose the duel to Haven directly thereafter, it just takes so much power out of that fight. Extinction never quite able to regain their footing after that. Settling into the Ash Tracer here on the defense. Not missing the jump shot from Petal, especially when they're as hot as they've been throughout this series. My goodness. I mean, a player that was quite hot, you know, really rose to prominence a few years back in Contenders and hadn't heard much of, you know, played on UTD for the entirety of their collegiate career. Petal, we're going to hunt it down on this one. Sorry, I was bragging about you, Petal. You ended up getting popped. Still can't take away. I mean, having an outstanding series here today against one of the toughest teams in all of Path to Pro. Certainly in North America. Gonna make a swap to the cast. We have the cast banned out specifically to hinder this hero, this player rather. Back in map 1. Pulls it out here, lands that headshot, and Gorilla credited with the kill there on to Sugu. Watch them to converge onto Hame as well. Hame didn't see that coming. Hame caught completely blindsided by the high ground advance. Now is up here surrounded, just has to throw themselves into the fire. Hopes that they can find a trade. There's nothing to be found. This is all EDM. What a push from the underdogs. And Petal gets that shot onto Sugu that Gorilla immediately is able to follow up on. They seem to be in the perfect place at the perfect time. Not only 2-1, but like basically all 3 rounds went 99-99. Anti-nade cleanse there from Pauline. Now on to Kiriko. Monkey Happy swapping to a hazards left out to the bottom. Looking to match Kashir. Kashir has the ult ready to go. Monkey Happy's barely able to scamper up top, but here comes the downpour. The nade to get Hanbei and Monkey Happy topped up. Hanbei still won. Gorilla pressing from the outside, picks up the kill, but does end up, well, dropping the coalescence as well. It's Pogo who dies. For a second, I thought Gorilla had died on the inside, but it was just the fade out. Makes it all the way out to drop the coal. And EDM just continue their flawless march here through Dorado. Okay, not quite flawless, but spectacular. Outstanding. Petal trying to give us the time. Kitsune Rush on the point. Bob lockdown on the back has forced Kashir out. Gorilla now kind of stuck in a 1v3. Okay, he does have Pogo with them, and the DPS are able to regroup here in Courtyard. Beautiful pair of shots out of Petal from the low ground, able to find that kill on to Haven. Wakes up from the sleep to get back into the thick of this fight, where Kashir's found Hanbei. And EDM threatening big time on the front of this. It's just Monkey Happy left to clean up, and it's 2 points on the board. The unconventional Moira here continues to be problematic. Pogo goes down yet again. Let's see if... Whoop. This time, look like they're able to capitalize. As Gorilla falls shortly thereafter. Haven having an impact here in this fight. In fact, really for the first time on Dorado. Oh my goodness. While all this is happening, Petal manages to sneak in. It takes a downpour to get Petal off of their flank. But Extinction do eventually clean it out, and Haven's now free to return to the fight and continue collecting skulls. But Kashir's had enough of it. Gets the block right in the face. The downpour to do it, and that's going to be the map! Unbelievable! Man, feels like we're starting to see the momentum shift here. We're starting to see the momentum shift. As EDM are suddenly not the underdogs in this match anymore. I mean, they still are. Like, it doesn't quite work like that. I'm at the other courtyard. Extinction get map pick again. This time they're going to push. Esperanca will be the pick. Wow. Yeah, Petal is just on a tear tonight. I can't wait to see those stats. I feel like Petal absolutely took over in map 2. I want to see what our ban, at least the, what role is banned out. Because then we can discern what the bans are. And we'll go take a look at those stats. It's a support band out of Extinction. Okay. Yeah, Petal hanging right in there with Haven. Now, I will say quite a few more deaths. Quite a few more deaths there in map 2. But had the higher damage output. Had the higher damage. And felt like I had just more high impact kills. So, I mean, Haven's still lighting up the feed. Having a huge influence in the game, no doubt. I mean, leading Extinction in damage, as a matter of fact. So when we're talking about Haven being quiet, it's just that Haven's not server admin mode right now. This Petal, yeah, Petal kind of taking over. Kashir with most damage in the lobby, 26 and 4. We'll put them at most elims, fewest deaths as well. Great map out of Kashir there in the hazard. We are going to get that same lineup for ADM going into map 3. So we're not going to see Derpy coming back in. We're getting loaded in here. While that's loaded up, let's take a look at our bans. Who did we end up banned out? Okay, so the Moira ban. Okay. They banned out the Moira. They banned out the Moira. You've got to be kidding me. Gorilla's giving him so many problems. Extinction have banned out the Moira. That is too funny. Would never have thought this match have gone to that point. We're going to get Genji ban here, targeting Sugu. We're also sticking with Sugu and Haven in the lobby. No land pick coming in. Let's get into map 3. Where your incredible underdogs at EDM lead 2-0 on match point here in this lower bracket quarterfinals. Because you're sticking with the hazard. Monkey goes back into the Ramatra. And the Lucio Kiri as well. No Genji Sugu's into that Tracer. We're going to get a Tracer duel there, but with Pogo. Pogo's got a pretty darn good Tracer, but was struggling to stay alive in the early parts of the fights there at times on Dorado. It could become more of a factor here with a lot more of the, controlling the angles. Becoming a bigger influence here on Esperanca. controlling all those little side flanks. Yep, Sugu's able to win out that first duel. Good Battle didn't land on the Monkey Happy, and they still haven't quite recovered. Nemesis form now popped to get that extra armor. Will help survive a couple shots coming in from the high ground, where Petal still sits waiting on the Soldier. So early progress in first kill does go over to Sugu and Extinction, but they have yet not won this fight just yet. Now trying to press up to the high ground. Haven's able to line up a shot on the Gorilla. Really cut the knees off of this comp from Emote down mid. That'll push this bot around the corner. Oh, shoot. Preds, I'll give you a quick Preds. Sorry. You get 1 minute. Right, Maddie? An actual earnest Moraband is nuts. What a fight here out of EDM here for fight 2, though. They're able to just kind of win it out in the chaos. It was not a, like, it didn't even seem to be a controlled hold on a high ground. It felt like Extinction were trying to get aggressive, and it just erupts into a tornado inside of that mega room. We're looking at polling with a 25% advantage, as such as the sound barrier online. It was actually more than 25%. The Preddy on this one is so hard. It's difficult. Kashir didn't look to get anything with the downpour thrown out there. Pogo missed the pulse as well. But a good slide from Petal will dodge Sugu's ultimate. Now Sound Barrier is getting tossed in with Annihilation down low. EDM want to try to just hide up on this high ground. They have successfully allowed that Annihilation to fade. Kashir able to greet Unread up top, put some damage in, force the Lucio back. Falling around, kind of regrouping with Haven. Here comes the rest of Extinction to make a move. Try to get Monkey Happy in a position to punch through this high ground now. Block has been forced. Overclock from Petal. No way Monkey Happy can stay up there. Too much damage incoming. Ramatra has to bail. Headshot lands, and the backline just in playing duck and cover. A little bit of shots thrown back and forth between Haven and Petal from... Oop. With Kashir now looping around and trying to capitalize. Extinction staying together. So far, the rotation was good. They even pick up along the way, but eventually are whittled down. And a very long fight here in the middle of the courtyard. We'll go in favor of Emote down mid. This should be enough to get him the lead. Will it be the start of the checkpoint? Sugu with the advantage in the duel. Yep, this is going to win out that Tracer match. Turn around to try to put a pulse onto the Nano Kashir. But even with a Kitsune Rush, Kashir is just holding court. Did not seem like they were forced out very, I don't know, effectively at all. Petal's able to line up his shot. Does get taken down. Extinction have control, but it feels like it's, I mean, hanging on by a thread. Hame wants to hold this front side, and Shugu moves in on the back of that. Kind of leapfrog on the back of Hanbei, and able to find that kill onto Kashir. Great recognition there through Main Street. Was some cleanup on the back left side as well, but it was a really good push to secure that and get that kill onto Kashir. Sound Barrier out of Unread to help survive through the downpour. Kashir low on the front line, and that extra armor. Ooh, Paulie just gets the Sound Barrier out in time. Kashir is right back into this thing. Petal having to play from the low ground for a moment. to get up top with this overclock. It could be nasty. With Hanbei's Kitsune Rush, that's going to be exceedingly difficult. Extinction going to rotate down low, push in through Main Street. Monkey Happy is going to just put all the attention onto the back line. Finds Gorilla, now in Nemesis form. Has gotten a couple good punches in on the pedal. They have to rotate back up top. Monkey Happy content to stay down low. This will be the checkpoint picked up from Extinction. Contest comes through in the final moment. Sheer stops the bot with 37 centimeters to go. EDM now trying to drop down, see if they can get an engagement going on. Pedal with an overclock, still kind of stuck in the window. Not able to get too many targets. I thought this OC might be able to help out. Oh, that shot will do it. It's a trade on to tanks. Puggo lands the stack. Find some revenge from that earlier kill. Medium now with high ground control. Now we get the pedal overclock. I felt like they were holding this for a moment. The Nano invested in, and Haven's got one going on the other side. Oh, catches on right in. Haven with collats. Pops them both through Monkey Happy. Look at me trying to provide a smoke screen, and Pedal's just got it locked in. There are trades back the other direction, though. Hanbei and Sugu both coming up with kills. Kashir no longer in this fight. Bit of a tracer duel going on down low. Can Pogo win this one out again? Oh, ends up outnumbered. Gotta bail. Looking for friends. There's both supports. With the drop down, Gorilla's gotta rotate. A dangerous moment. They back away by themselves. The contest in time to prevent the checkpoint, so there would be a pause here for Extinction. Whoops, as I shove the camera up into the side. Gorilla dropping the downpour is able to catch Monkey Happy in that, but Sugu has already found the Ana in the back line. Kashir and EDM are going to have to win this one quick if they're going to do it. A pick on a Monkey Happy is a great start. Puggo got the stick. Yep, it was on to Sugu, though. Just forced out the recall, but that's enough to win a duel in the Tracer fight. Blinking out with one, Pauline finds the final blow. And the EDM managed to wrestle control of this bot with less than 2 minutes remaining. David kind of stuck in a bad spot, was getting bounced off of the spiked wall there, or the jagged wall. Sound barrier exchange. Moment to breathe from both teams. Kitsune Rush actually thrown down towards main. Ooh, one good kunai landed onto Pogo. Finds a kill on the pedal as well. Let's keep an eye on Hanbei here through this. That's all they need. One good Kitsune Rush, and Extinction are right back into this thing. That's going to be the checkpoint. Close spawns unlocked. Hard fought. That feels monumentous in how back and forth this map has been for Extinction to actually be able to check that point. Check that box. Carries a lot of gravity behind it, and a good opening pick here is immediately traded out from Haven. And EDM are going to have to put together several fight wins in a row to try to swing back Esperanca. With Haven's got this lockdown on Kashir, it's not looking likely here in this fight. And Overclock to secure control of this bot and continue marching TS1 forward. Late picks here in the final 10 seconds going in Extinction's favor, making this contest exceedingly difficult. Extinction even continued to push the bot forward. Try to mount as much percentage as they could here on the back. Considering Restorative Growth, Monkey Happy has already drained the life bars of Pauline and Kashir. Now has sights set on Pedal. Not even the Susie will keep him alive. Pedal's still looking outstanding, able to trade out one. But it's not going to be enough to take this map. Extinction will get rid of the goose egg. Well, it took him 2 map picks to do it, but Extinction get it done. Still felt really close, didn't it? Already to get a tank band out here from EDM, and they have chosen Eichenwalde here from map 4. They are also going to swap sides. Here, I'll go ahead and do that while we take a look at some stats there from map 3. What stands out, y'all? What stands out? This whole series has been really tense, Maddie. Like, super intense. I mean, Pedal's still just lighting up the stats, putting up just absurd numbers. Just absurd numbers. Look at this. This is the kind of matches that make me wish we saw final blows. Not quite enough. Despite the outstanding map. Not quite enough. All right, let me get you some proper preds here from map 4. Let's get rid of that sound clash. Thank you, copyright-free music. But it's time for some Eichenwalde here. An EDM. Get a map pick for the first time tonight. Let's get into it. Oh, let's check those bands. Excuse me. I didn't get the bands up before we went into it this time. I'm so sorry. We said it was a support band out of EDM. Or, no, it was a tank band out of EDM. And it's the Ramatra. Venture band coming through from Extinction. Young Handlebar, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you.
5, 4, 3.
Darpy's back in. Kashir back into DPS.
Defend objective A.
Aggressive positioning out of this defense. Sugi was holding up way close. Now they know what they're dealing with as we cross the 15-second mark, and they've seen the teleport through. I mean, they knew Derpy was in. I don't know if they necessarily knew they were dealing with a sim teleport strat until that moment. Hey, I'm sure they suspected things. It was confirmed. Things are going to get messy on the point. Sugu's already got a dash through. Looks like Derpy's in a 3v1 on this outside. Ancient Too Breezy, thank you for the follow as well. Relegation matches are April 13th. Promotion relegation is April 13th. We got to get through these playoffs first, right? Which will conclude this weekend. The Master Division playoffs, this all culminating to Grand Finals, will be on Sunday. And then the following weekend, we'll have the promotion relegation matches. Which in NA, you will have Shikigami and Amplify going up against the top 2 finishers here in NA Master. Because here with nobody pick on a Monkey Happy is enormous. It's I mean, once again, getting messy, but these kind of messy trades, I think you're going to favor EDM in these brawly compositions. It's Petal with Pauline and Derpy still left on this point. Derpy trying to get the pin and can't quite line up Monkey Happy on that. And with a Kitsune Rush, Monkey Happy is going to be very difficult to kill. In fact, both Monkey Happy and Habe sweep in, both find executions and stop this attack short. Do get 60%, but not quite enough for that second tick. Oh, and late picks from Sugu. I think Extinction starting to wake up here a little bit. So Sugu now playing these confident angles, knows exactly how they want to approach this, but doesn't catch the supports. Decides to dash in and try to help out the Shatter. No! No! Derpy just swinging for the fences, and that was a swing and a miss. Yes, Kashir plays both DPS and tank. Played, I mean, did a lot of that at UTD in their collegiate career. But I remember Kashir mostly playing tank at UTD. All right, Sugu's antics will not find pay dirt this time. Petal finds the kill, now push it in. Throws a bomb on top. Gets the coach gun. Was that enough to disrupt the downpour? No, Kashir still got caught in it. But Petals managed to loop him around. We had a Molten Core thrown onto the point from Kashir before they got hit by that ultimate. Monkey Happy eats a rock on that retake as Derpy's gone into a Sigma here for the final attack with 30 seconds to go. Habe with a slick move on the outside. What was that? That was disgusting, Habe. And on the back of that, Extinction deny the cap. 99% from Emote down mid. But they will not find that 100, at least not on that attack. It's going to take a desperate push in here. Let's see, where's the Lucio? Lucio across the way, the AM speed. Yeah, it's just not close enough. A full hold here from Extinction. Suddenly that map 5 is looking a lot more likely. You don't see any full holds on Eichenwalde. Soda? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to answer that. There you go. Command bracket. All right, back into the fast-paced Lucio Curie hazard compositions. Sugu and Haven both in very comfortable picks here with the Genji Soj. Very deadly in the neutral. I just want to finish this long before ultimates come online. This indicates to me it's just looking like a one and done. Monkey Happy fighting Petal. Well, a good wall has already kind of isolated Derpy from the rest of the squad. This has left the back line for easy pick. It's fish in a barrel for a hit scan as talented as Haven. And this is looking like a one and done to close out Eichenwalde and force a swift map 5. Pauline is hunting down with the sustain of the Curie gone. Any last second contest will be met with a swift end. Extinction. I mean, speed run Eichenwalde here. Force a map 5. What are you talking about? That was a perfect transition. I don't know what you're talking about. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. Okay. Once again, EDM will get map pick. Oh, Eichenwalde did not work. That was a brutal hold. That was a brutal hold. Extinction woke up. It felt like the first push was the best push Emote down mid had. Kind of trying to catch him off guard with the teleport strats. Once that failed, they just struggled to really get in. Again, any map that has not been played is available. You can see Game 5. You have all game types to choose from. Any map that has not been picked is available here for Map 5. So a very powerful pick with that. And EDM are leaning into this long range. And we'll start us off on the attack first. As a tank ban, they're out of EDM. Let's go check out some stats for map 4. I mean, as dominant as you expected, the backline from Extinction didn't die, though. That's the real standout for me on that one. Neither Unread nor Hanbei go down at all. Period in that map. Full stop. So we're headed to map 5. Derpy staying in here for this 5th map. And there's the close hold. Scouted up top. You see, his pedal started off on a Widowmaker, but goes over to the Ash here to kind of help break this. Jarpy, just a quick pin out, and finds themselves in Haven's crosshairs. Couple of great opening picks here from Extinction. Sugu locking down high ground. Unread and Hanbei locking down right side. And you've got Monkey Happy and Haven locking down left. Kashir, the rest of EDM all push out left side. Great shot out of Kashir. Swapping over to that May. Just going to use that to break this open. We're going to swap back over. What are we going into the Soj? Oh, okay. Little double hit scan. Maybe not. Maybe not. All right. Grabs the Genji. Yeah, you can't let Sugu have free reign. Or get so distracted where you're investing heavily into everybody trying to shoot Sugu either. Woo! Got a clean couple of dashes. Pedal goes down. Cart makes it around the first corner, but Darpy not able to get much more progress than that. It's so difficult for... I mean, where do you go? What do you do as a right heart in that spot? You just get overwhelmed, swarmed by Extinction. Gorilla on fire, self-nating, just back into a corner. Was able to stay alive, fortunately, here for EDM. Is 80% towards that nano boost. Hanbei staying right in tow with the Kitsune Rush on the other side. Monkey Happy hit with a good purple. Gorilla is going to get first kill over. Now you lose Pauline through that though, so you just have the Ana heals. You got to keep the Ana alive. Hanbei is able to move in with Unred. Picks up that kill. There's all permanent, all damage is permanent, and Hanbei is here to execute everyone. Oh my goodness, Hanbei! Another outstanding volley of kills. Pauline eventually puts them in the ground. What a flurry of kills out of Hanbei. Spectacular. What, a 4? I thought they were going to single-handedly stop the cart. I didn't know if Hanbei could die. Went full god mode. Shatter did hit Monkey Happy. He's stuck in the back of the cart. Oh, Derpy misses the point-blank pin. He even gets the nano. Shugu has a blade, meanwhile, and finds both supports with that. So Derpy has no sustain left, and this cart gets stopped 3.5 meters shy. I mean, the squad is kind of built on friendship. I mean, hence their logo is just like, it's an old collegiate picture from UTD just hanging out at Kate's. Like, this totally feels like a squad based on friendship. Derpy's not going anywhere. I mean, you're talking about a team that's made top 6 playing Reinhardt. You gotta respect it. Kashir's blade looks a little more like a pool noodle. 20 seconds to go. Derpy's down. Haven's starting to take over. And Extinction have this one under control. This seems fairly lock and key from Extinction. And still a chance. No ultimates for EDM currently. Might get a bomb if they can survive through this Kitsune Rush, but Derpy is just forced to anchor on cart, launched into the sky. Bob doesn't even make it onto the point. Pauline does, but only to be met with a grim demise. And that's the end of the push.
Score 0-0. Switching sides. Initiating.
All right, we've seen the Fuller hold on Havana more than one occasion. This is winnable. But gotta admit, Extinction just found that next level. Kind of woke up after a sloppy first couple of maps. You know, perhaps the strange stylings of ADM catching them off guard there initially. But Extinction have truly figured out how to kind of make the Rhine useless. They've heard. I mean, it's just kind of the reference of breaking the shield, make it so the Rhine doesn't have the staying power. The Far is a classic from the attacker to try to break the spawn hole. Kashir's kind of trying to flip that strategy on his head. Use the roof of the attackers as a little bit of cover. Has now since fallen back into this alley. Yeah, I'd love to get that threat of Hanbei out of the way, though. Kashir with first blood. So far, so good. Still the close hold. Has just kind of been softly given up on as the EDM have backed up. Try to keep Gorilla safe is the name of the game. Long as Gorilla alive, EDM have a chance, I think. Sneaks out to get a shot on Kashir. Derpy's able to find a kill on the Haven. And Kashir drops out just to seal up the post office. Make sure Sugu does not get easy access into that back line. Kashir's able to drop Sugu before they're able to get anything done for you, them or Haven able to find anything from that flank angle. So keeping post office under control. Love how aggressively Pedal's playing that. It just goes to show the confidence. As an Ashe player, I would not be holding right up against the door with Sugu trying to threaten in from that side. But you can see he has, a good idea of escape. And you kind of see the pathing, the plan here from Pedal. The game cycle. Considering a rush down low, how long can Pedal hold that high ground is going to be the question. God, sticks around long enough to get a kill. Kashir with a nano boost as well is playing off this opposite side, but great read from Unread. Even better shooting. This is going to keep this cart rolling despite Pedal fighting one through all of that. Oh, Gorilla can't stay alive. No, Gorilla. Gorilla gets stuck on the stairwell. And what did I say? Gotta keep Gorilla alive through this. The sound barrier is able to reach Monkey Happy, but Hame goes down. Bob thrown in. Derpy pinned their own Bob there for a moment. With Pedal and Pauline falling to the annihilation, Derpy's health bar gets whittled down. And it was a fantastic start from EDM. They made a hell of a series here. But Sugu is going to put the nail in the coffin with this blade, I think. Pauline will not make it back to the touch, and that concludes the series. The reverse sweep. Oh, I didn't end up the events, did I? Oh, sorry. My bad, y'all. Can't believe I forgot to update bands. My bad. Yeah, this 3-piece. I think it was actually a 4K. God, that was nasty. Whew, that was nasty. Yeah, the bands were not accurate there for that map 5. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. It would have been... We were looking at a hazard band is why we didn't see the hazard there. And then a sim band from Extinction. So that EDM couldn't just teleport around the map. So those were the bands. That's why we didn't see the hazard there. Sorry about that, y'all. I can't believe I did that. Good reminder, Maddie. Good reminder. Let's get that third point on the board for Extinction. Go look at some stats here for this reverse sweep. Man, it was looking dicey there for a while, wasn't it? It was looking dicey there for a while. But they get it done. Still, I mean, okay, props to Emote down mid for, one hell of a fight. One hell of a fight. And really came out coordinated. And I love, back in Lijiang, we saw some creative approaches, with Gorilla's Moira flanking around with Kashir. I loved that. I loved that Lucio Moira split and just kind of the creative approaches here from EDM. And they made a good showing of it. They will finish top 6. Top 6 in Master Division, nothing to scoff at. They finished top 6 in Master Division, playing by the beat of their own drum. So, much love to Emote down mid. And contrary to Phoenix's opinion in chat there, I hope to see this team back in its current form next season. And we get to see more out of this fantastic squad. Unfortunately, that'll be all out of EDM here in this season. And Extinction can breathe a sigh of relief. That one had him sweating. Extinction can finally breathe a sigh of relief as they will move on and into top 4 and await the winner of Supernova Sienna Heights. Stats from map 5. I didn't really hone in on these stats. It just looks dominant. It looks dominant, and Petal's not able to have the same impact on the eliminations. Does the damage. Still in that shellacking, Petal still comes out with most damage in the lobby. Like, that's wild. Outstanding performance from Petal today. I mean, I'm willing to give Petal MVP of this match, even though EDM weren't able to win it out. That's how good I think Petal performed today. You can't deny Monkey Happy. 20-2 there in the Ramatra. Fewest deaths, most elims. I mean, tied for fewest deaths with Unread. Leading damage on the team. And double full holds to close it out. I mean, it was really close. I mean, Lijiang Tower, again, was 3 99.99 maps. And then a huge hole from EDM with Petal stepping up and able to get a big trade there in that final fight. But once we got into, and Push was actually very close. Extinction do kind of run away with it in the end, and it was about halfway through Push where we see Extinction kind of start to turn it up. And they're like, okay, like, do we want to go home right now, or do we want to play again, in a couple days? Obviously, the proverbial go home, but. So full hold on Eichenwalde, full hold on Havana. Both Emote down mid's map picks. And Extinction show us what we expect out of what we expect from the number 2 seed.